Start with Joseph Benavidez if we could. Fantastic performance by you tonight. The finish, though, it looked like there was some anger, some frustration there. What was going through your head at that point?
It wasn't. It was just anger that the fight was over and I wanted to continue fighting. Like I finally felt like, man, I'm fighting awesome and this feels great. And I was just having fun, where, the first few rounds it was like a filling out process. I was finally getting into the fight. Then I realized it was over and I was like, that was what I was more angry at. It's like, damn it. Like even all through the back, I started already like hitting mitts and stuff with Dwayne and with Lance. Just, man, we could have done this, could have done that. And like, I finally felt like I was fighting up to my potential going to the third. Like I finally got comfortable, and that was more what the frustration about. And I was in a fight, so I was just excited.
Your immediate quote, the flash quotes to the UFC, you said that you didn't think Cejudo deserved the shot, so I'm sure you heard the announcement that he got this fight.
How perfect is that?
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, explain that, why you think he hasn't done enough to get there right now.
Well, I didn't think he's been – I mean, he hasn't beat the top guys, even in his last fight when he beat a guy that wasn't right at the top. No one after that fight was like, oh, I can't wait to see that guy fight for the title. You know what I mean? Basically is what it comes down to. And, obviously I would like to fight him, and I have wanted to. I would love another fight even before I get the title or whatever, But so that was more my thing. But no one had informed me that he had already got the title shot. So after I was like, darn it. But, yeah, that was how I felt about it. Like, he didn't earn it. So, obviously, if we fight and I beat him, and, but that's old news now because he's getting the title shot.
Fair enough. And last thing for you, Joseph. I know you trained outside of Team Alpha Male this time, but I think a lot of people were surprised to not see any of the Team Alpha Male coaches in your corner.
Lance Palmer was.
Lance, yeah, a training partner, not a coach so much.
Yeah.
Is that an indicator of something we're going to see going forward? Is that just simply because you weren't there in the camp this time around?
No, I think it is, honestly. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm straightforward, and I feel better. That's why I took this step in this camp, to train. It's kind of crazy to be like, guys on a 4-fight win streak, what do you not feel good doing? You know what I mean? But I just knew, like, I was fighting, and I was lucky. I was winning 4 fights, and I was better than the guys I was fighting, but I wasn't better than the best Joe Benavidez, I wasn't as good as I could be. And, I think you saw some improvements tonight, working with Dwayne on the stand-up and everything. And I've always felt great with Dwayne, and I'm going to obviously do as a fighter what I feel best doing, and that's that, moving forward. Obviously, those guys are always family, and they'll always support me no matter what I do, whether I train over there for a little bit or whatever. But I feel better, training there, and especially at this point in my career, just evolving and mixing things up, getting out of my comfort zone. It was great.
Joe, when you who told you in the locker room that you didn't get the title shot, that Cejudo had it? Who'd you find out from?
I think it was in my first interview, and they were like, oh, that was great you said that, but did you know that Cejudo got the title shot tonight? And I was like, dang it. I thought that was a good quote to use in there or whatever, and like I wanted that fight, obviously. So yeah, that was what they told me basically when I went out, like, hey, no one informed you, but yeah, like that was cool and you sounded cool and everything, but no. So
does it crush you because you have a really good performance against a top level fighter, and then you're all pumped up, and then you find out that you're not getting the title shot? I mean, is it kind of a deflating blow?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. I didn't think I was going to get it next above Cejudo. I just wanted to maybe fight him for it, if nothing had been scheduled yet, I mean, I'm not kidding myself or anybody else. I lost to the champion twice. I got to do a ton of stuff and be very impressive, to get a third title shot. I understand that, and I just thought that would have been, the right, the next step, going forward. So, no, I got a good win against a good guy, but I understand how it is. Obviously, I'll fight for the title anytime, and I know I can go out and put a competitive fight on with the champion any single night. But, I also realize, there's a lot to be done because of what has happened in the past.
So I guess the bad news is that Cejudo is getting the fight, but the good news is that it's not, in the summer. It's about 2.5 months away. So what are you thinking? I mean, you've been gracious, saying I understand I have to do a lot to get back to a third fight, but you've won 5 in a row. I mean, when is enough? And do you feel like sitting there that you're in a good spot to potentially face the winner of a fight that's 2.5 months away?
Enough is never enough. I feel I can always continue to get better, every single fight. And the way I look at it is just like I can fight, the champion next and be this good, or I can fight him in another fight and be that much better. And to me, it's an inevitable thing. I'm not going to lose until I do get there. You know, to clear it up, like, of course, I'm not out here begging for a title shot since I lost to, but, you know, so anyone doesn't even have to ask. Like, of course, I'll fight for the title shot, and that's the fight I want. That's the fight I work towards every single day. You know what I mean? But I'm also not out there like, hey, I lost twice. Give me the title shot after 4, after 5. 5's a great number, and then they just made this fight. So obviously, I could fight the winner. I'm down for that, you know. But I'm down for, I guess, whatever, you know. Like I said, I'm only going to get better until then. But I'm also ready to fight if they want me to fight the winner of Cejudo and Demetrius, you know. I mean, 5 wins is great. I've fought the toughest guys, you know, in division. Every night out has been super tough. You know, Makovsky's great. Bogatinov, the last fight, you know, one of the tougher, you know, more overlooked guys in the division. Moraga, Ortiz, Elliott, you know. That's what I do, though, man. I love it. And like I said, I'm just getting better myself every fight. So I feel the title fight and me being the best in the world is inevitable.